All right. So thanks for coming, mate. So happy to meet you. So everyone, I just want to introduce one of the most famous, let's say, big bosses here in Australia, Jim. How is the business going? Maybe give us a bit of an update. I'll give you a chance to drop a bit of a spiel on Jim's your business. What are you growing into? Come on, mate. This is free advertising to millions of people. So go ahead.
Well, you must have a good audience. There's millions of people listening to this, so I'm pleased to hear it. What can I say? We've got 5,500 franchisees in about 50 divisions. We're going all right. We're growing, not as fast as I'd like. We have a lot of work, most divisions, but we're really struggling to find enough franchisees to keep growing. We had more than 200,000 unserviced leads in the last year, so
wow,
which is a nice problem to have, I suppose, in one sense. But we could do with more franchisees.
I think so. I also have a very big following in China, and a lot of those followers are living in Australia. Like I've got over 8 million followers in mainland China, of which a few 100,000 of them are located here in Australia. So I will make sure they hear this and let them see if they, because a lot of Chinese in Australia contact me every day asking what could they do for work. This would be a great opportunity for a lot of these entrepreneurs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We've got many Chinese working, particularly in the clean division, but also in most others as well. My wife's Chinese, actually. She's a great entrepreneur. She's got her own building company and she runs our conference center. She's great at it.
Do you speak any Mandarin?
Chinese character.
Jim, do you speak any Mandarin, mate? Any? Come on.
我说一点。
你会说一点？
不说汉语。
你不会说汉语是吧？啊 ，very cool, man.
一点点。
Good for you, Jim.
I can sort of understand her when she's speaking to her friends. I understand a little bit of what she's saying when we're driving in the car. She's speaking to her business people. Yeah, so.
Oh, that's really awesome, mate. I'm very impressed. I mean, I spent 12 years in China. It took me a long time to speak Mandarin. And it's a great language. Good on you, mate. Wow, a lot of stuff's going down. The world's changing, man. Like everything's, I wouldn't say turning to shit. That's a really deep word. I would say it's becoming scary, Jim. And people are worried about their jobs, and people are worried about what's going to happen in the future with AI, uncertainty with what's happening in the Middle East. I mean, I know we're in Australia, but does that ever affect you personally? Does that ever affect your drive and your focus?
I think there's a lot going wrong in the world, more than most people think. There is a change in character, which partly happens when a country becomes wealthy. When this side becomes wealthy, you get things like the birth rate dropping off and the work ethic declining, and you can see that very clearly. China's got terrible problems. You know, they're down to about 1.1, about half as many babies are born. And we're not that much better off in Australia. So there's a definite decline in character. One of the things that I work on, one of my great passions in life is a research program that's looking at why this happens and how to reverse it. It's actually a change in the way that your genes function in the epigenetics. And we're understanding that in terms of doing experiments with rats and trying to reverse engineering to help people to live better lives.
Wow. Talking about China's birth rate, yes, there has been an obvious drop. China, Japan, a little bit is happening here in Australia as well. Talking about China, though, I mean, Australia and China have a really strange, funny relationship. It's good one day, bad another day. Does that ever affect your business? Does it ever reflect on you guys, on what you're doing here in Australia?
No. We're very appreciative of what the Chinese do in terms of producing good quality, cheap stuff. I've got solar panels all over my house and factory and everything else, all my office, all from China. They're great at a lot of things. We should trade with them. I think it's silly to get into too much of a fight.
Great.
We don't have any serious conflict of interest at all with the Chinese, and they're our best trading partner. I don't object to what Albanese is doing in China right now in trying to mend some fences. It's stupid to antagonize them.
Did you see what Scott Morrison did in the news in regards to China? So he was in front of U.S. Congress talking about the dangers of China and the dangers towards Australia and all that. I mean, I have to ask you, what's your opinion, man?
No, I think it's ridiculous. I mean, it's not as though the Chinese are going to invade us.
Oh.
They can invade anybody. They might invade Taiwan, which is, let's face it, it's been part of China for 500 years. But they're not going to attack South Korea or Vietnam. Why would they go for Australia? I think it's foolish to antagonise people. I think what Scott Morrison did was just dumb.
I do agree.
Criticising
with
Chinese over Xinjiang and Hong Kong and stuff like that, which are it's their internal affairs. We don't change anything for the better when we do that. Or making a fuss about origins of COVID and stuff. I mean, why antagonise your main trading partner? It's not sensible. It's like me going outside and saying I've got a really valuable, supplier, and let's insult them. I mean, what's the purpose?
Australia's good at that. We change our minds all the time. We do that. So my background, so my parents, they're Turks. I'm an Aussie born Turk, Jim. I don't know if you can tell. Now I grew up in Western Sydney, right? That's where I grew up, and we're fully multicultural. So my family has always been Labor. My mum and dad, they're always like Labor for the working force, all that kind of stuff, and they've always noticed how my parents always noticed how Australia always shifts and changes their policies, and as a new government comes in, a new policy comes in, and then we always see how things like relationships with China always go hot and cold. You have during Bob Hawke's time, then you have Paul Keating, and it just kept changing and changing and changing. I mean, at the end of the day, I want to know if you agree or disagree. We just need to make our minds. We need to make up our minds.
Well, look, America's been a very good ally to us for, ever since the Second World War, and we owe them a lot. But I don't know how reliable they are these days with Trump in power. I just don't think we should antagonise our trading partners. They have built our prosperity. I mean, all the mining royalties are coming in too. We make a fortune out of China. We sell them stuff that we can produce. We buy stuff from them. We buy great stuff, and I'd like to buy more stuff. They're so good at things like not just solar panels, but also electric cars these days. I've got an electric car, which is it's from a Chinese-owned company, and it's brilliant. I just think we should focus on trading people, not insulting or upsetting them without reason.
Wait, did you say you have a Chinese electric? Jim, did you just say you have a Chinese electric car, mate?
No, actually, it's a Volvo, but it's owned by a Chinese company.
It's owned by GE, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, good on you. Yeah. Have you ever been to China, Jim?
Yeah, I do. Well, I went back to, when I married my wife, I went back to meet her parents. That was 24 years ago.
Wow.
They live in Chongqing.
Oh, Chongqing.
And her mother lives, yeah.
Spicy land.
Yeah, she has very spicy taste. I don't share them at all. The stuff she eats, I would not touch most of the time. We do share some meals in common, but
you married a
very
woman.
Strange food they have there.
You married a woman from the most, like one of the most beautiful places in China, plus the most spicy food, and you don't eat spicy food. Good on you.
And I also married one of the most beautiful women in China, or from China. I can tell you that. So,
mate, good work. Good work, man. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So what's the plans for the future with AI and all this shit coming in? What are you said you're not worried about AI. You're not worried about a robot mowing lawns? You're not worried about that?
No, I'm not. It'd be incredible. Unless you have a robot that's basically the same as a human. It's so complicated. You've got to get there. You've got to actually organise it with the client. You've got to give a quote. And even if you've got robotic lawnmowers, but you've got to set them up, and then you've got to sharpen them, and you've got to do the edges, and you've got to do the gardening. There is no conceivable way that the kind of work that we do, including trades in general, is going to be affected by AI. Where AI is very useful for us is the technology helps us to be more efficient. We're doing brilliant things with developing software for our franchisees, helping them to run a more efficient business and give better service and so forth. So it's very exciting, actually, from that point of view, but not a threat. All plus.
Are you guys using AI in your companies for anything, or are you guys starting to utilize it?
Oh, yeah, we use it all the time. In fact, if you go to jimpenman.com.au, which is my website, and actually you'll see virtual Jim there. It's my avatar. You can ask any question you like, and it's pretty much spot on. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Right. So there I am, digital me. And they reckon in 20 years' time, by the time I've kicked the bucket, you don't even need to apply the new CEO. You just use digital Jim to run the company.
So we've got digital Jim now. Next thing you know, we have, I don't know, mate, it's digital wives and digital husbands, and, the world's changing. We never know what's going to be around the corner.
No. Digital, no. I like my real life wife. I like to be close to her. No digital anything can be better than Lee.
It's already started in China. There's a bunch of guys that have like digital girlfriends, man. It's quite.
That's pathetic. It's no good. It's no good. They've got digital counsellors and stuff, and you can have people who think it's easier to do with a counsellor. I was reading on the paper this morning about it. You can have someone who's always understands you and listens to you and sympathises with you and stuff. It's actual garbage. This online stuff is driving us apart. It really is. We need community. People need to get together. They need to get together physically and meet and eat. And if you're married, to sleep together.
Yeah.
Just be with people in person. Social media, the digital stuff is driving us apart. It's making us lonely. It's making us sad.
No, that makes sense. Jim, what about social media? How is your business that's not a very high tech business, in the sense of utilizing the work itself? How do you guys keep up with social media? Are you guys going to be doing more on social media to attract the younger generation? Because now, the attention span of people is becoming so short. I started social media, goodness, like almost 14 years ago. And let me tell you, the attention span is just getting, so how do you keep up with that? Do you have like a very strong social media team? Do you guys do a lot on there?
Yep, I do that. I've got a lad called Joel Cleaver, who is magnificent. Just came in an entry-level position 10 years ago, and he's now in charge of it, one of my top managers. He and his sidekick, Charlie, does all the photography. They are fantastic. Look, we do all kinds of things. We take advantage of it. For example, every third week, I do a session called Ask Jim, which is run at our training. And people ask me questions, and I answer them. Now, we probably get a few hundred people watching it through, but what Joel does is take clips from that, short things. So they answer to one question and puts it out. Now, we have responses, like the top response was over 1.5 million people saw the clip. And others have gone with hundreds of thousands. So that's what you do. You take the information and you put it in clip and you put it into different social media outlets.
Yeah, it's called
very well.
Clip farming. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should
exactly
connect
right.
You should
we do
Joel
very well out of it.
You should connect Joel to me. I'll give him a bit of advice in that sense to get you guys into China as well. I want to say thank you, Jim, because you've been like such a great, I would say, a great example to the younger generation, and I have seen your business just grow and blow up, and I think it's just one of those situations where you should just never give up, and then you'll get there no matter what. Do you have a message to young entrepreneurs, Jim? Anything for these young blokes or girls or whomever?
Same advice I give everybody. When you're in business, look at every day at how you can do better. Never be satisfied. Nothing's good enough. No levels of customer service is good enough. No level of efficiency is good enough. You always improve every day. Think about that and focus madly on your customers. Make them delighted. That's the thing. It's simple.
Awesome. Thanks, Jim.